Really enjoyed the first one. Second one, not so much. Third time's the charm. Pun intended. So Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore is the third film of the Fantastic Beasts franchise, but overall, the 11th film of the Wizarding World universe. And in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, we once again follow Newt Scamander, who was once again played by Eddie Redmayne, and even more so, Dumbledore played by Jude Law. If y'all remember, back in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, it was revealed that Dumbledore cannot go after Grindelwald, who in this film is now played by Mads Mikkelsen, because due to let's say a blood bond. In this film, as a result, Dumbledore rounds up not only Newt Scamander, but a couple of other witches and wizards to go after Grindelwald before he could take over the Wizarding World. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Excellent!
So far, when it comes to my feelings on the Fantastic Beasts franchise, I'm very iffy on it. I really enjoyed the first Fantastic Beasts. In fact, I enjoyed it a lot. The second one, as you all know, I was not a fan of Crimes of Grindelwald, to the point where it almost made my top 10 worst films of that year. Like, I don't know what happened with Crimes of Grindelwald. There was way too much going on, and Crimes of Grindelwald left a pretty bad taste in my mouth. However, when I saw the end sequence of Crimes of Grindelwald, I just thought, whoa, okay, I want to see that third movie now. But still, nonetheless, I didn't want to get my hopes up too much because of how much I disliked Crimes of Grindelwald. I walked in, sat down just thinking, please be good. And guys, I'm so happy to report that Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore is a massive, and I mean a massive improvement over Crimes of Grindelwald. I mean, oh my God, there is not a single bad performance here. I mean, from Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander, Jude Law as Dumbledore, Mads Mikkelsen, I'll get into a little bit, as Grindelwald, not to mention as well, Dan Fogler. But in all honesty, there are two people who are massive standouts here. I've always liked Eddie Redmayne as an actor. I loved him in The Theory of Everything, and when I saw him for the first time as Newt Scamander in the first Fantastic Beasts film, I thought he was such a perfect fit for not only that character, but the Harry Potter world itself. And once again, Eddie Redmayne absolutely kills it here, bringing that bit of shy awkwardness to him, but you could tell that he's really stepping into his own as a hero in this franchise. When it came to the Crimes of Grindelwald, one of my biggest issues with that film was the fact that Jude Law as Dumbledore was barely in the movie. But when it comes to Secrets of Dumbledore, I'm so happy to say that not only is Jude Law as Dumbledore given so much more to do here, but my God, Jude Law is so good as Dumbledore in this movie. Jude Law is really given his time to shine here in Dumbledore. Jude Law not only has the charm of Dumbledore, the lovability of Dumbledore, but he also has that comfortability and the relatability that Dumbledore had in the Harry Potter films as well. I can wait to see where they take this Dumbledore in the final two movies, because they mentioned that this was going to be a 5-film franchise, so I'm curious to see what they'll take Dumbledore, or Jude Law as Dumbledore, in the next couple of films. Dan Fogler in the previous two Fantastic Beasts films was, like I mentioned earlier, when it came to the Fantastic Beasts franchise itself, it was very much either way. He was basically us entering the Wizarding World for the first time. In the second movie, he didn't really have that much to do. Dan Fogler is not only so good in this movie, but his comedic timing is brilliant in this movie. But in my eyes, in this movie, when it came down to the performances, there are two MVPs. One of them being Jessica Williams, and as y'all can imagine, Mads freaking Mikkelsen. I don't want to draw too much attention to this because it's already been talked about way too much, but as you all know, Johnny Depp was originally cast to play as Grindelwald, and to be fair, I quite enjoyed him as Grindelwald, and Crimes of Grindelwald when he was on screen, that was. I was actually looking forward to seeing Johnny Depp come back as Grindelwald for Secrets of Dumbledore. Due to a bunch of controversy to which I will not go into, he was replaced by Mads Mikkelsen. Now here's the thing, guys. If you're going to replace Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, you better get a damn good upgrade, and I gotta say to you guys, Mads Mikkelsen is a damn good upgrade. Mads Mikkelsen, talk about a performance in this movie. The first time you see Mads Mikkelsen and Jude Law on screen sharing their first scene together, the tension in this sequence. Now, you'll know when you see it, but the look in Mads Mikkelsen's eyes Like, you see a character that's been through the ringer at this point, and a guy that just has nothing but destruction, chaos, and nothing but evil on his mind. But there is a part of this movie, guys, where he does something, and I just went, okay, that was evil. What they do in this movie makes me actually very excited to see what the finale of this Fantastic Beasts franchise is going to be. The other standout is Jessica Williams as Lally. I loved her. Every single scene that Jessica Williams has, she brings such star power and such charisma. I mean, the opening scene, well, not really the opening scene, but the first time we see Jessica Williams, she just has this like ability, this wit, this charm as a brand new witch in this franchise that every time she was on screen, I smiled so much. She is so entertaining to watch, and she's by far, besides Mads Mikkelsen, my favorite character in this movie. If you did see my review of Crimes of Grindelwald, one of my other big issues with that film is that Crimes of Grindelwald had way too much going on with the story. I mean, there was something happening here, there was something happening there, pretty much everywhere there were things going on, and it just wasn't a focused and a coherent film. It was an absolute mess. However, and I'm so happy to say, The Secrets of Dumbledore is a much more focused and a much more coherent film than Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, there are some issues that I have with the story that I'll bring up later on, but as far as the storyline goes, is that only much easier to follow, but it's much more engaging, and there are some certain times where, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the story gets kind of dark in this movie. The story in this film take some directions that I was not expecting, and once again, when it comes to, I think are going to be the last two films, that I can't wait to see how these story plot points pay off in the last two movies. The first Fantastic Beasts film, if you guys saw my review back in, when that movie came out, 2016, oh my god, was it that long ago? I felt the magic was still there. And Crimes of Grindelwald, I felt like that magic was almost wiped out entirely. There's a particular part, that's all I'm going to say, within the first 10 minutes of this film, that something happens, and it was so cool that, man, I had a big smile on my face and remind me of why I love the Harry Potter films, or just the Harry Potter universe in general. There are some really fun sequences. One involving Jude Law and Ezra Miller, which is probably my favorite sequence in the entire film. There's also a part involving briefcases, to which I don't want to spoil, but let me just tell you, there's a lot of magic in this sequence, and once again was smiling big time. When it came to the visual effects looked absolutely, well, if I could say another pun here, magical. Honestly, they're the best they have ever been in a Harry Potter film, or a Harry Potter or Wizarding World film, I should say, because it's known as the Wizarding World, nonetheless though. But here, there are some certain effects that legitimately blew me away. I mean, there are some parts where my jaw definitely dropped. And not to mention as well, once again, when it comes to the score by James Newton Howard once again kills it, bringing once more an epic score to a Fantastic Beasts film. I mean, there's a particular part where his score legitimately gave me chills. Fantastic Beasts is known as the prequel to the Harry Potter franchise, and it feels like that the more we get into the Fantastic Beasts franchise, the more it goes along, it feels like it's slowly starting to progress into Harry Potter. There are some parts where the references are pretty darn amazing, so if you're a Harry Potter fan, look out for a couple of things, you just might be smiling like myself.
Well, that's just fucking great!
With that being said though, are there still some issues that I have with this movie? Yes. The story of the film feels a lot more focused, it feels more cohesive. Nonetheless though, I feel like there were still way too many things going on, and unfortunately that's due to the burden that Crimes of Grindelwald has over this movie. There are certain things that happen in Secrets of Dumbledore that if you were paying attention in Crimes of Grindelwald that you might be a little confused, as I was. I was actually sitting next to real James, my buddy James, love you man by the way. I was telling him, wait a second, did that happen? And he told me, yeah, you had to watch Crimes of Grindelwald, or you had to pay really close attention because there are some points in that film that are brought up in this film, and it's shown because there's a particular plot point that I don't remember being Crimes of Grindelwald, but then again, that film bored me to tears at certain points. There's a specific character in this film that looked like he was gonna be a major pivotal player in this film. Unfortunately though, he is giving literally next to nothing to do in this movie. I mean, almost nothing to do. He does have a great scene later on, and it's actually an amazing scene. Nonetheless, though, throughout the film, I was waiting for this guy to do something, and unfortunately, it's just really set up as a plot point, as a plot device, or simply put, it's just really for convenience more than anything else. Secrets of Dumbledore runs at almost 2.5 hours long. In all honesty, I would have probably cut out maybe about 20 minutes, I would probably say. If you've enjoyed the concept of Fantastic Beasts, it definitely does feel like that it started to feel less like Fantastic Beasts and more like Harry Potter, so that could come down to personal taste, and you can either like it or dislike that. Personally, I like that sort of feeling more Harry Potter because, like I said, it feels like more of an evolution towards Harry Potter, but if you're a fan with the concept of Fantastic Beasts, it definitely does feel like less of a Fantastic Beasts film.
And here we go.
So overall, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore is a big improvement over The Crimes of Grindelwald. Do not get me wrong, I still have my issues with the film, but nonetheless, I feel like it does recapture the magic for the most part, and I'm happy to say that I had a very good time with The Secrets of Dumbledore. All in all, guys, I'm gonna give Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore a 3.2 out of 5 stars. I'm happy as a Potter fan, and given how this film ends, I'm excited to see where the final 2 films of this franchise end, or go, I should say. So comment down below and let me know, are you guys excited to see The Secrets of Dumbledore? Would you all think? If you have seen it, let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat, so if you want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames or description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for when my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 videos, please click either right there or right there. And of course, until my next video or review goes live, I will see you all next time.